Well, hello everyone. I'm happy that you can join me today for my presentation. I hope you find the information to be useful in your educational institution. I'm going to be talking about the how to integrate and engage with the international students that may enroll in your institution. And I'm going to explain a project that we're using at my current university, which is the National Sun Yat-sen University in Taiwan. Um, my name is Thomas Hayward, and I'm an assistant professor at this university. Like many Asian countries, modern university campuses in Taiwan are seeking more and more international students enrolling. These students are seen as a resource in the cultural and academic knowledge they contribute, but oftentimes they lead isolated lives away from the main academic community. National Sun Yat-sen University has developed the International Forum to engage these students in campus events so that they can better be integrated into the campus. This presentation will discuss a team website project used by the forum to bring local and international students together. The parameters of the project will be explained and illustrated, and the author will elaborate on benefits and challenges experienced over the 3 semesters that the project has been in service. Such easily managed projects can be adapted by other universities that wish to engage their local and international students in productive and creative ways. So here is what I will cover in my presentation today. I'll start by briefly introducing the theory underpinning group engagement and learning, which is taken from Lev and Wenger's situated learning and Jim G's affinity space constructs. I will then provide an overview of the research context, my university in Taiwan. I will discuss the growing number of international students on campus and then detail a group website project that seeks to ease the integration of these students into the campus community. The project falls under the administration of the International Forum, so I will describe this entity and its mission. Finally, after introducing the contents of a sample group website, I will discuss the positive outcomes and detail where challenges lie in conducting this kind of project. So, what kind of theoretical backing can support this kind of activity? The International Forum and this website project constitute an affinity space in the research literature. An affinity space is a place or a set of places where people can affiliate with others based primarily on shared activities, interests, and goals, not shared race, class, culture, or gender. Affinity spaces comprise social locations where groups of people are drawn together because of a strong shared interest and engagement in a common activity. Affinity spaces are generally informal in nature, and their creation is often spontaneous. At the same time, membership is usually fluid with only a few core members. The kind of affinity spaces designed for this group website project will be more formal in their organization and membership. The rationale for affinity spaces is that they can foster situated learning, where skills or knowledge are transferred through mutually shared actions and goals. In an affinity space, knowledge is distributed among the participants so that there is a need to interact for all members to gain new knowledge. Because of this fact, leadership within the space becomes fluid, as some of the participants are experts in one aspect of the shared interest, like filmmaking, ethnic cuisine, things like that. But they're not as experts in all aspects. Because of the situation, students take on a new identity at different times that motivate their participation in the group. In one instance, they are peripheral but active learners while interacting within the space, but at other times they position themselves as knowledge holders, which allows them a higher standing. They learn that the knowledge they possess can be valuable, which is often absent in formal learning situations such as the classroom. So in the second part here, how is this applied in the research literature? There is research that supports the use of affinity spaces in international programs where local and international students mix. So the first one here, Fukada 2019, is a case study of graduate level international students. The study followed 3 international students in their transformation while enrolled in long-term study abroad programs in English-speaking countries. In the early period of these sojourns, interactions with the native populations was demonstrated to be difficult. But when the students began forming affinity spaces, fan fiction writing, video gaming, things like that, with native speakers, the number of target language mediated interaction opportunities increased substantially. Overall, the participants transitioned from feeling isolated and vulnerable in the host country to achieving a sense of belonging and security through actively creating affinity spaces in various social contexts. In another study, Hayward and Warrington found that the inclusion of an affinity space in a Japanese university self-access center can lead to structured and sustained interaction between local students and international students and scholars. The university in question had a limited budget for such initiatives from its International Affairs Office. And so the Self-Access Center hosted many of the extracurricular and English language enrichment initiatives organized for students. One of the English language courses required local students to meet with a recruited group of international students in an affinity space related to filmmaking, which was held in the Self-Access Center. The popularity of the space led to its expanded use by students outside of the class, and extracurricular groups joined the affinity space. In the end, a film festival was organized around the fictional narrative videos produced by the mixed group of students in the space. Post-festival survey responses indicated a keen interest among local Japanese students in continuing the space for the following academic year, when a new festival event was scheduled. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my university, which is in the south of Taiwan. Kaohsiung is a large port city there. Okay, so my university is called the National Sun Yat-sen University. We call it Zhongshan University. Even the expatriates use the Chinese word for it. As of last spring, the campus enrolls 8,800 students in total, of which 9%, or 779 students, are from abroad. The university is a large public university, and so there is a dedicated international office on campus that administers these students and oversees the university's relations with its international partner institutions. Normal activities organized by the International Office include cultural awareness trips to local cultural and scenic attractions. There's also a cultural week near the end of the first month of each semester, where students from various countries are recruited to staff national booths that highlight their local food, arts, and crafts. Beyond this, each academic department is responsible for orienting its international student body to rules and regulations. The main issue with these activities is that there is no opportunity for sustained interaction between the local students and international students. Okay, so that is where the International Forum comes in as a bridge between the two groups. So the International Forum has been around now since the 2022 academic year. It's not part of the International Office, but it's administered by the EMI Center at the university. The forum is an extracurricular body which organizes events bringing together local Taiwanese and international students. The rationale is to offer students a chance to meet regularly to discuss relevant and important topics and establish deeper relationships that build the social capital of all the participating students. There will normally be 3 events scheduled during the first 6 weeks of each semester so that students have a chance to build relationships with peers. This also helps avoid interrupting important academic functions and exams that occur later in the semester. Past forum events have included an annual travel blog film festival and various hot topic seminars. Since the fall of the 2024, the forum has organized a group website contest that will be the focus of this presentation. So the main project that we've had since 2024 is something that applies the affinity space concept. It is the group website. This project is open to the general student population, but it also comprises the midterm project for the intermediate level general English students enrolled in that course. Each website team should have either a local Taiwanese student paired with an international student from the class, or if this is not possible, students can group up at one of the International Forum sessions held 3 times in the first part of the semester. These 60-minute events are open to all students and normally attract a large number of international students. Overall, from my experience, I don't know why at the intermediate level, it seems like we get a lot of international students, perhaps 25% of the class. Forum sessions are divided into themes with prepared questions for students to answer. Sample themes that can be incorporated into the website include defining a suitable mascot for the university, discussing an idea for healthy student living, devising an ideal new student residence at the university, exposing the local area's best kept secret, which could be food, a restaurant, or a cultural attraction, and discussing opinions about the unique visual aspects of the university. This question prompts students to explore the campus and photograph or video record specified content. So now I'm going to give you a tour of a sample group website that students use for reference in constructing their own websites. As you can see from the slide, each website will have a name, and contents are divided between a home page, a discussion page, and personal profile pages of each team member. So you can see that it's rather faint here. Below the Shizuan 888, you've got 5 different links right here. The first 2 are put together by the team, and then the 3 to the right-hand side are the personal profile pages. Okay, the forum uses the Weebly platform to compose the websites. If you're not familiar with the website designing or blogging, I recommend this platform for its ease of use. You just go to weebly.com and you can let the platform website guide you through it. It's a very easy platform to use. So this is the home page of the sample website, and you can visit it if interested. So the URL is there at the top, the shizuan888.weebly.com. Student teams are asked to create an image that illustrates the campus well and post it at the top of the home page as the feature image. Many students include monkeys in the image along with a beach and mountainous scenery. Okay, that's because macaques are a common sight, or some people would say a common nuisance on campus, and they are the unofficial mascots of the university. Students are not allowed to choose the monkey as the proposed mascot. That would be too easy. Okay, so this is part of the home page. Below the feature image, which is the monkey on the motorcycle, the home page is intended to illustrate the university. Students are asked to find and photograph different features of the campus. Here are some examples. Uh, you've got how does the university practice sustainable living? There are several examples of this. Students need to hunt this information down. What historically significant sites are there, or are they on campus or near campus? We have several of those. The university campus used to be the private, it used to have the private residence of the Generalissimo Chiang Kai-shek, so there's a lot of historical buildings here. Okay, other kinds of things. What kind of interesting flora and fauna does one see? So these are images right here. A lot of times students like to get creative and they put video onto their homepage as well. And they do a much better job than what I've illustrated here. So we move on to the discussion page next. So this contains two of the projects that the students have done for the website. Okay, so the two projects, the one on the left-hand side of the slide is the dormitory design concept. Students are asked to use AI and answer some questions to create a concept of a dormitory where they would like to live. A lot of the student housing on campus is quite old. Most of the dormitories are 30 years old or older. I think the newest ones are 30 years old. So students are asked to get creative. So they team up, they work together, they produce, they use AI to produce some images, and they come up with the features that they would like to have in a proposed ideal student residence. On the right-hand side is a video of a conversation. So students are asked to choose from a list of questions that I give them and make a 3-minute recording of themselves talking about the three questions. So the students actually do a very good job with this. We learn a little bit more about them. They're not allowed to use scripts. They don't prepare scripts. That would defeat the purpose. So this is genuine conversation. So they ask the question, they introduce themselves, they go around and talk about that. So that's a 3-minute video. And finally, each of the students in the group, they're usually 3, some of them have 2. We try to keep them small so that students get a good chance to participate. So none of the groups have more than 4 team members. And one of them should be an international student. Okay, usually that is possible in the intermediate level general English class, but if it's not, then students meet the international student in the international forum sessions. So very basically, students answer some questions about themselves, they post some photos of themselves, or they create images of themselves using AI. So it's a chance for them to experience image generating software that some of them have not had a chance to use before. Okay, so let's talk about the outcomes of the project. This is supposed to be an affinity space where students work together to produce an interesting montage of their experiences at the university. Okay, so the first point I'd like to make here, participation numbers are not always given, so it's good to offer credit or awards to help overcome the issue. So as I've said before, the university connects the website project with the general English intermediate level course. And we usually have 5 to 6 sections of this course running. I teach a couple of them, and there are some other teachers that do as well. Okay, and as part of our midterm project, we ask the students to put together this website. Okay, last spring we had an award. We publicized the event so that students from all levels could get involved. And we had about, I think it was 25 websites that entered at the end, so it was quite popular. Okay, so sponsoring an awards dinner actually gives the students something to work towards. They know that there's an award. They know that they'll have a special chance to present their website to their peers. So this hopefully will add motivation. Um, yeah, so this is especially important for international students not enrolled in the general English classes. In total, the number of students for each 60-minute integrated forum session uh, is capped at 25. So these are quite popular with the students. They get an extra chance to get together and talk and meet new people. Okay, we have something called the International Salon that is required of each of the enrolled students to complete, so they get an hour credit for that. They need to attend 10 hours of events each semester. So on the opinion survey at the end, it appears that the kind of work that we're giving them is not too taxing. A lot of students already have some experience with video editing and website creation, and this gives them a chance to be creative and to meet other people. You'll find that usually one of the students takes the lead in creating the project. They've got more experience. They have more ideas to contribute. Okay, but we do ask them to add personal profiles so that each of the students feels like they're involved. Okay, that is my presentation then for today. I hope you found it useful. I think the idea is very adaptable to many situations. So, as I said before, we've done film festivals, we've done this website creation project. So I think there are a lot of things we can do to motivate students to get together and work on something that is meaningful for them, which is very important, I think. As I said before, international students sometimes feel very isolated at universities, and this helps them to break the ice a little bit. So I thank you for your attention. If you would like to do some further reading, you have the information right here. Thank you very much.